going on, everybody? Welcome on in, guys, to the Florida State Seminoles 2026 football schedule preview and predictions. Riggs Tambro, Seth Douglas, happy Monday to all the beautiful people. Is it Monday?
Tuesday.
Oh, my God, it's Tuesday. Bro, what happened to me, bro? I didn't have a Monday show for the first time in, like, ever. This is just crazy. But anyway, guys, sportsformedia.com. Jesse Wynn's got that article up for you right now on the Florida State football schedule. Seth and I got to talk here, man. There are some people who want this team to be so good, Seth. They still even convince themselves when the betting time rolls around that they can still be those guys. Yeah. But I don't know, man. No bowl game last year, no playoffs last year. I'm not even going to scroll up and show you because honestly, I think it was worse when the higher you go here. But coming off 2 L's here, November 21st, North Carolina State. 21-11, couldn't even score 12 on them boys from NC. And then at Florida, they get absolutely crushed against, respectfully, a Florida team that kind of underperformed in their own right throughout the year. So 40-21 there. My man, the recruiting classes are supposedly decent over there. The coaching movement that they've been making is reportedly going to be good. Do you buy the hype? Let's just start right there.
Nah, I don't think so. Mike Norvell, I'm going to just blanket this whole show that we're about to get into and say, just as much as I was on Lincoln Riley about how he needs to elevate this year and his job is on the line, make that 10x for Mike Norvell and the Florida State Seminoles. He needs to at least win 5 to 6 games. He needs to become bowl eligible this year to have somewhat of a career moving forward with Florida State. So,
but is it good enough?
It's not good. No,
6-6. Mike Norvell, like, dude, that's not good enough for me. I don't think 6-6. And I know you said bare minimum, fair. Like under 6-6. Honestly, it might be time to go. I'm right there with you. Yeah. But if you squeak in 6-6 and 3 of those are against football teams that people never heard of before, I don't think that's enough.
Okay. I don't know.
There's just too many good coaches out there, bro.
True. And I feel like we'll get into it as we go through the schedule a little bit, and we'll talk about some coaches that may come up as the year goes on. But I don't know. I just if anything, because I think their over under this year is like at like 4, maybe 3.5 games.
We'll pull it up for people.
It's low, and they're not expecting him to really do anything this year. So he needs to really show a proof of concept and get that bad taste of that the DJU trial and error year out the way, last year out the way. He just needs to make up for those past 2 seasons and, get back on track. So
you know what? I'm ready to jump in. I'll be nice.
Let's get into it
all day. I think this is a joke how bad this football team is right now, but whatever. It's inexcusable. Had they hired Deion Sanders, they would be a 10-win, best recruiting classes, all this stuff. So I don't want to hear how great Mike Norvell is, and it isn't his fault, and I'm tired of this shit.
That wish may come through at the end of the year, though. So we may have to pump the brakes on that, but
I'm glad we're at least moving in the same direction here, but let's jump in here to this football schedule, my man, because they got New Mexico State at Florida State. Now, normally we would go win on to the next one. And I think we're both comfortable to say win on to the next one, but don't get it twisted, folks. This could somehow be a game from the Aggies up there. So are we both cool going 1-0 here against New Mexico, though?
Yeah, I just think the talent is just definitely still better than whatever New Mexico State is going to bring. But, yes, it should be a win.
Yeah. Well, then the first real challenge comes the very next week. Now, they do get back-to-back home games, and you see who's coming up here. You got Alabama on the horizon. You got to win this game here. SMU at Florida State. You can take this one first, my man, because this is a much more difficult game this early in the year than people think.
I think it's a loss. I think this one is going to be handed down to SMU is going to hand down a loss to Florida State. I just don't know again, this is going to play out throughout the whole year, but I just don't know what we're going to get from Florida State. What they're bringing back? They're not bringing back Tommy. What is my man's name? It was Tommy. Ooh, it's not something Concepcion or something like that. Is leaving my brain right now. But the quarterback that they had last year, he's not there. You still have.
I think you had it right.
Malzahn, Gus Malzahn, as the offensive coordinator still. So it's still a work in progress. This is the second year he's going into the offense coaching. So hopefully they have a system in place or a comfortability with the system that's there. So it's still a filling out process in my opinion. So it's something.
Yeah, definitely.
It's Tommy something, but I can't remember.
Well, the guy this year is who we got. You mean at SMU, right?
No, for Florida State, but my bad.
Okay. I think you are right. I was going to say that ain't who's at SMU. Now you're all good. I probably heard you wrong. Let's find out right now. It is Ashton Daniels. The redshirt senior transfer is coming in there. Kevin Sperry, the redshirt freshman, and Malachi Marshall, junior transfer, are the 1, 2, and 3
on the depth chart. Yeah, yeah. Last year that it was more, more read option because you had Gus Malzahn, coming from his stints at Auburn and what he did down there with Cam Newton was there for a little bit, I believe, during his run. But all those Auburn teams that were very explosive in running the ball, especially with QB power or running the QB power. There we go. Tommy Castellano. That's what his name was. There we go. I was like, it sounds very Italian, but he was a black guy. So I'm like, where is this going? Yeah. But no, Tommy Castellano.
Hey, the Concepcion, I'm with you on that. That was actually sounding right, but I looked it up too. I was like, yeah, it's Castellanos, but close.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Close.
Anyways, so right. he is not there, and you're rolling in these new guys, these guys that haven't really got a lot of playing time at Florida State. So it's going to be a learning curve for the second game for sure. But give me SMU.
Wow. This is hard. Dude, this kind of feels like this is like it right here, right off rip. Who are they? They should lose this football game. This football game is at Florida State. It's coming off what should be a cakewalk win here to get all their quarterback stuff and everything else figured out. They should not lose to SMU.
I don't know. I like SMU. They have a good quarterback. His name is escaping me right now. It's Kevin something. I can't remember his last name.
I'm with you on SMU. It just really being as far away as it is, being at Florida State, tough place to play.
Right.
It is a tough spot for SMU, but I'm right there with you. So let's go 1-1 here for the boys at Alabama. You guys can sit here and make it up like Alabama ain't legit and Kalen DeBoer doesn't know what he's doing, but you're wrong. Give me Alabama all day. Seth, you know what we call this around here? We call it BTA. If you don't know what it is, look it up, folks. I ain't going to say it, but they about to give it to them. So BTA for Alabama. Florida State falls to 1-2 to kick things off here through 3 weeks. What you got?
I'm with you. I'm in agreement. Alabama is definitely going to get back after last year. That crazy upset that the world didn't expect to happen during week 1 of all things. That was very crazy. And I was like, wow, maybe Florida State might be a playoff team. I think they started off, was it 7-0 or 4-0? So close in that.
I don't think it was 7. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, once they got past Alabama, we were all kind of put on notice, and they were staying in the rankings for a little bit, but it all came down. It all came crashing down after a while. But yeah, give me Alabama for the get back.
What did Pat McAfee say? Give me Alabama. Yeah. There you go. I will save you guys the pain of not screaming too much louder than that into the microphone for you. Central Arkansas, finally, like I said, Seth, what did I say? I said if they go 6-6, it's because they beat 3 bums. Well, here's the second bum, respectfully, Central Arkansas. New Mexico State's an easy win. Central Arkansas is an easy win. They lose to SMU and Alabama to open the year here. It'll be cool to go 2-2.
2-2, yes, sir.
All right, Virginia at Florida State. Now, this is getting interesting here. The Virginia game, the Louisville game. These are really, really interesting spots here because I think they could win or lose either of these. Let's start here. Between Virginia and Louisville, which one do you think is a tougher game? In my opinion, I actually think Virginia is probably slightly a better team, but Louisville is at Louisville, and people are kind of high on Louisville, like you just said. So do you think that's the tougher game?
I think Louisville is the tougher game. I think they have a better quarterback situation. Granted, I'm interested to see what Laken Keenholz does at Louisville coming from Ohio State. And I don't know too much about Virginia right now. Their head coach is, again, escaping me right now. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry, guys. But, yeah, I just don't know what we're expecting from them this year. They lost a lot of people to the draft and, just graduating and all that. So a lot of new faces. So I just don't know what Virginia is going to give us. So I think they might have a better shot beating Virginia, but I will still go with Virginia beating Florida State. And
by the way, that's your boy Tony Elliott.
Tony Elliott. Yeah. Thank you.
There
Tony
you go.
Elliott.
That's a tough one. I'm right there with you.
I was like,
it's like you see him and you know him, but if you don't until you see him, you're like, who's
yeah. I can picture his face all day, but I couldn't remember his name. But yes, we don't really know what Tony Elliott has up his sleeve as of right now. That Virginia team's a little unknown. But
here's the thing. He's been there since 21, right? You got to think that this team is building a little bit. I mean, like the pipeline, like older guys, some veterans on the team. Like, I know that they're not maybe the most heavily recruited school, but they're also not the school that just like collapses, falls apart, sucks, loses everybody at once. Like, they're also not that school either. Yeah. So, and now their little brother, Virginia Tech over there, they got some excitement going on as well. And we all know sometimes that'll light a fire under the rival team as well. Kind of like, you guys think you're big now because you got the guy that couldn't hold his weight at Penn State. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't use his name around here type of thing, right? Like, I get that. That said, I do think Virginia is a tougher game than people are going to give them credit for here when this comes out, and they're an 11.5-point dog. I will be taking the points here at Florida State, but I'll join you. I'll say that I think the Louisville game is harder, so I'll go with a win against Virginia. Then, like you just said here, my man, what we got here? We got a comment real quick. Big Haas 28-13. Don't know whether we'll be 3-9 or 8-4. It's exactly where we are finding ourselves here. What I can tell you is I'm not on the 8-4 train, but we got a long way to go here. And they're 3-2. They're 3-2 through 5 weeks. So we'll see what happens here, Haas. Let us know what else you're thinking, my man. But Seth, so you are saying it's a loss at Louisville, or did they escape it?
No, it's a loss. They're losing to Louisville. You know what? But I will change my pick. I think I'm with you on the Virginia game. I'll jump ship and get on the bandwagon with the win at Virginia.
Okay. So 3-3. The reason I'm going to do that too is I just think that that's a split. Mm-hmm. Even if they magically lose to Virginia, they could beat Louisville.
You think so?
You know what I mean? Yeah, they can. I'm just saying I think they can 1-1 those games. Because up to this point, they've beaten freaking Arkansas Baptist, whatever the hell their name is. And, and then freaking New Mexico State, bro. Yeah. Like, come on. What are we doing here? Central Arkansas, I'm sorry. What are we doing here? Both games at Arkansas Baptist. You feel me, though. There's got to be one of those out there, by the way.
I believe there is.
We can't beat Stanford. Interesting. I'm actually interested to get to that because I think you might be able to. Going 7-5, 6-6, worst case scenario. Hey, a quick question for you, Haas, to think on while we get to this next game here. If you guys go 6-6 or worse, is it time for Mike Norvell to get up out of there? Yes or no? That said, Seth, we're jumping on through, my man. We got him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 weeks in. We are 3-3. Moving on forward, still bowl eligible, looking okay right now, but you're at Miami, Florida. Seth, we don't have to waste our time here if you're cool to not waste our time here, but it's a rivalry. Stop.
Not this year. Sorry.
Seth, I just want to know by how many touchdowns is this Miami?
Like three touchdowns.
That might be nice. I'm right there with you. I think 3 is fair. I think we're looking at like a 35, 14 ish.
I'll give him 17. I'll be nice. But yeah, 35, 17.
Look at you. Early 17. Field goal. They go up 3-0. There you go. Only lead of the game. And then it's cooked from there. So we will see what happens there. But a loss at Miami. They are 3-4. Then Clemson, who, by the way, folks, don't get it twisted. They aren't just Clemson like they used to be every year. They're not just that team. I know they got Dabo and there's all that hype around them, but Seth, I have been beyond underwhelmed by the talent that they've put out here over the past couple of years. Now, you know what we say, Seth? It gets spooky on October 31st, my man, and weird things start happening. They better be happy that this game's at Florida State, because a Halloween game at Clemson, you could just sign the papers and tell them thanks for playing. We'll see you next week. But they got a chance here, my man. Could this be a little Halloween miracle for Florida State to make it to 4-4?
It has the ingredients for it to be, but I don't think so. I just feel like their Florida State schedule, as we're seeing right now, just doesn't set up for them to be successful at all, in my opinion. I do want to pose a question to you though, Riggs. If you look at the projections for the winners for the ACC, Clemson has the 4th best odds to win the conference and make the playoffs. Basically, once you win your conference. How do you really feel about Clemson this year? Granted, you mentioned Dabo. He's been very consistent in winning. He's had maybe 2 bad years, or a bad year.
Well, he can't have a bad recruiting class. He has all the money in the world.
Yes and no. He doesn't like to use the transfer portal, though. I mean, that's the thing. That's the big
bro. It's 2026, my boy.
I know that's
Stop
the thing.
Trying to be different. Stop trying to be special. We don't care. If everyone else is gonna sit here, it's like anything else you do. If you're gonna race a car and that guy has NOS, are you gonna beat him? No. You know what I mean? If you're trying to who can hold their breath longer, and I have a scuba tank and you don't, who's gonna win, bro? Stop trying to be different. Be like, oh well, I did it without that. We don't care.
Yeah,
we don't care. Take the same advantage everyone else is taking, because, like I just said, they're not Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, Texas. They're not Oregon. They're not in it anymore. They used to be the automatic top 4 conversation. 4 teams at the end of the year. You would almost feel like a fool if you said it wasn't going to be in that Big 4. Bro, you'd have to spend a long time explaining to me how they're top 4 this year.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Top 4 in the conference to win at this point in time. But
okay. Yes, if you're asking me, should they be top 4 in the conference? I mean, yeah, they're Clemson. They have enough talent, enough size, a good enough coach to be there. Are they going to win it? No.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, I just wanted to. I was
Congrats, they're average.
Yeah, they're average. I was just curious. I'm like, you got Clemson out there. They could be a sneaky team that we don't think about come October-ish, around this game, around this time. And they might be, trying to make.
Are they a better team? Are they a better team than Michigan?
I don't think so.
For as young and unput together as Michigan is, I don't think they're better than them, bro.
Yeah, I'd say the raw talent alone, I think Michigan has
okay. What it takes. And question, Is Michigan a top 10 team?
Top 15.
Top 15. They're not top 10, right? But they're not top 10. No. So Clemson's not a top 10 team.
Fair enough.
I'm done wasting my breath on these guys, bro. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a no, I will be surprised if they're there at the end of the year. But they won't be, because I don't think, and the thing about them is it doesn't make it impressive if they are.
Okay.
It's just impressive when they aren't, because you're supposed to be there. Well, how is a young Michigan team with a coaching carousel and a young quarterback and all these other things, how are those guys being looked at as better than you when you're Clemson, who should be pumping out junior, senior, redshirt, senior, 6, 7 linemen, NFL quarterbacks? You should have all these things. They had Cade Klubnik last year, top 3 quarterback, Heisman candidate. What the hell they do with them? You know what I'm saying? I'm just over the conversation, bro.
Yeah.
No. Anyway. All that said, this game's at Florida State as well, man. It is spooky hours night. Who wins it?
Give me Clemson. I got Clemson still.
Can I really talk everything I just talked and take Clemson? Is that even?
I mean,
allowed?
That's still. I think it's allowed because it's real. I mean, those are knocks against Clemson, but I mean, if we're just looking at or thinking about the rosters and where they're at still, I mean, Clemson is in a better place than what Florida.
Well, and when we do the Clemson show, I don't see myself saying that's a loss. So I will join you here and say that the Clemson game is a Clemson win. So that said, they go from 3-3 to 3-4 against Miami to 3-5 against Clemson. It's time to pull it back, Seth, or you can go ahead, kiss it goodbye. Kiss Mike Norvell goodbye. Things start falling off the wheels here at Boston College. Folks, welcome to the dagger. Give me Boston College to win this football game here. You guys want to act like they aren't good. Their coaching scheme is good. Their offensive scheme is good. They are improving that defense. I think Boston College can hurt some people. If this game's at Florida State, I think Florida State win it, but at Boston College, this has a back and forth crazy game written all over it. I know we're not sports betting right now, so I'm not getting value on the underdog per se, but when this game rolls around and they give you 4.5 points with Boston College, take it, my boy. Give me Boston College in a fun one.
Yeah, I think Bill O'Brien. Is it Bill O'Brien? Yeah.
That's the boy.
Yeah, he's still up in Boston College. Crazy enough, you forget he's still coaching nowadays. But yeah, you got him up there. I'm with you though. I think this is going to be a shootout type of game, but I think BC pulls it out, and I think it is the current call for Mike Norvell at this point.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but looking ahead at the schedule, give me another L when they come to Mott City and come play Pittsburgh, because I think that Pittsburgh is just too good of a football team. They had their ups and downs last year. Everything was looking great, and then all of a sudden, who was that? Georgia.
Oh, yeah, Georgia Tech. Notre Dame
Georgia Tech came to town. Oh, God bless America. Yeah, Notre Dame came to town and said, y'all pipe down, remember who you are. All right? Yeah. So not that Florida State gets challenged or Notre Dame gets challenged, but I'm just saying Pittsburgh was absolutely balling up until that. So I'm going to stick with Pittsburgh here as well. I really, when I first looked at the schedule, I thought 1-1 split here. When you look at Boston College and the Pittsburgh game, it kind of felt right. But I think at Boston College makes that tough. And dude, at Pittsburgh, November 13th, night game, that's a tough game for Florida State. And if they're coming off a Boston College L, bro, they might not give two craps no more.
I was about to say, where is their mindset at if they end up losing that ball? And depending on how they lose that game, where
and what's crazy is even if they beat Clemson and they beat Boston College, these boys are dumb enough to walk into Pittsburgh and get cocky and lose anyway.
Yeah.
That's just who Florida State been. So, hey, whatever. Yeah, sorry. Another L for me. Is that an L for you?
Yes, sir. It's another L.
I got an interesting take, though, folks. They're going to get that lick back from the way the season ended last year. I think they beat North Carolina State here in the rematch from last year. Obviously, this one going down at Florida State. I do think that even if they're not playing for a lot, I mean, it is terrifying. They got Florida on the horizon for the rivalry game. Like, they might just not give two craps about this game. But if we are wrong in even one area, which I think we could be early in the schedule, we were kind of hard on them. They could be in that bowl contention type of thing here. If they go ahead out here and get this win, maybe they're at 5 going into Florida, or maybe they hit 6 right here. But I think that this game does matter here. I think they get redemption against North Carolina State. Down go the Wolfpack in an unfortunate shocker, because I think by this time in the year, people are going to be over Florida State, and then they're going to win one that doesn't matter.
Got it. I don't know if I can do that, Riggs. I think at this point they didn't win on it. They went on a skid and then lost two key games that would have gave them some type of momentum. But I think we're at the point where they're just like, hey, man, we're throwing in the towel. I'm looking at the transfer portal. I'm ready to go to another school. Shoot, I don't even know if I want to be in school at this point. But yeah, give me North Carolina State with the dub.
Oh man. All right. So that is your what? That's your 4th dub. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or no, I gave them a loss. So I'm saying North Carolina State's going to win. So
duh. Okay. Sorry. My 4th win. It's only 3 for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then Florida at Florida State. Now, it was 41-20 last year, but that game was at Florida.
Right.
And to be fair, I do think Florida State will be slightly improved. The question is it enough to close a 19-point gap here and get a win, Seth?
No, I don't think so. I think Florida is going to be one of those other teams that we look at this year where they're like, okay, we could see them kind of make some noise. Do I think they're a playoff team? Absolutely not. But I think they can definitely shake up some teams' records if they catch them on a good day. So give me Florida with the win. But I won't be surprised if this does turn out to be closer just because it is a rivalry game and it is the last year or the last game of the year. And on top of that, how I was saying, you got dudes looking into the portal and stuff like that. They want to get some good film out there. So why not do really good against an SEC defense and offense? So, but give me Florida.
I'm content at my 4 wins. I'm not going to get greedy here. I think 4 is fair. I think you literally didn't give them any of the toss-ups. I don't think.
I'm not big on their
but I don't blame you.
I'm really key on when it comes to teams. I'm really key on all right, is your head coach really someone that embodies culture and making sure everything's done right and they just got that fire and passion. And Mike Norvell does not give me that when I see him on the sidelines or giving press conferences or giving post game or pre-game interviews or anything like that. It's just he was a spark in the pan when he came there and they had that 13-0 season. And then after that, it was just he didn't really have a proof of concept. He was good at Memphis to get the job at Florida State, but Memphis and going to an ACC powerhouse is very different. And you got to be able to recruit and actually keep improving the team. And I think it was just, a little gimmicky in my opinion, but that's just me.
Well, the moment you've all been waiting for is going to end up being here. Over under win total. And my man, let me tell you, I think they might have got a little greedy with this one on the sports books because, guys, we are looking at an over 5.5 at -190, or an under 6.5 at -170. So I'll be honest with you. I hate but I don't know how the hell they got to 170 and 190 and said, let's just put the stick down right there. That doesn't make sense to me. But that said, to me, you kind of got to go over 6.5 if you're going to go over. And if you want real value, you got to go under 5.5. And I think you and I can both agree under 5.5 at plus 154 is some pretty darn good odds there. And I think you and I would almost feel like it's a lock, can I say, for the under 6.5 to hit. Is that fair?
I would say, I would agree. I would definitely I would even look at the under 5.5, to be honest. But yeah, both of those I would be definitely smashing and getting whatever I can get out of those two picks.
All right, guys, under 5.5 plus 155, we'll call it. Under 6.5 is the actual bet here. It's not pretty odds, guys, but it's one of the best bets on the board. I think best case scenario, these guys can hope they go 6-6. Maybe they pull off a couple of the upsets there. Even if they do 4 wins, 5 wins, maybe they find a way to get to 6. You know, they pull one off late. 7? Like, when do they get into 7?
Hey, real question is, let's cut the BS right here. Do we see Prime go to Florida State at the end of the year or not? What's up? What are we doing? Does he get does Florida State make the call or not?
Well, first of all, I think Florida State already made the call.
They already made, yeah.
I think
now, did that call?
You know me.
Did that call come with stipulations on this season?
Hell, every call comes with stipulations. All right. Okay. Look, I'm a Dion guy. I'm also a Colorado guy. I believe in what they did. And first off, my hat. I mean, I already got nothing but respect for Prime. I think the hate Prime gets is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But whatever. One day you guys are all going to look back and see it was so much bigger than football. But until that day, when it is about football, is he probably going to win a lot at Colorado? Probably not. But I think it's a more winnable conference. From a not like win the conference, obviously like Oregon's like goated, but whatever. I think like overall it's a tougher schedule if he goes to Florida State, but I think he does want to be there. I think legacy wise, I think he'd really enjoy being there. Obviously he's from there. He's got a house there, whatever. It all makes sense. Dude, he's still getting kids to come to Colorado.
Which is true.
Like post Shador and Travis and all of this, like, and they kind of like, I don't want to say got exposed last year, but like as soon as you remove the 2 best players and Jimmy Horn Jr., and I mean, don't get it twisted. There's more to it than that, but there definitely was things that kind of got exposed, and bro, he just reloaded them. He's reloading. And if he goes to Florida State, it's over. He will be the number 1 recruiting class 3 years in a row. I got a couple problems. One, he's got serious health problems.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for him. But I think it's really hard on him. I know he loves it in Colorado, but as someone who's had health problems regarding the blood clotting issues, I can't for the life of me figure out why he'd want to stay at a mile high.
Yeah, the altitude is probably.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
That doesn't, bro, it whoops you up there. So if he's having trouble breathing and stuff, why is he staying in Boulder, Colorado? I mean, bro, Boulder is higher than Denver. Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like you drive up to get to Boulder.
Okay.
You know, like, so I don't know. Not by a lot, but it's not down. So,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, look, do I think it would be successful? Yes. Do I think he would like to do it? Yes. Would he have the top recruiting class? Yes. However, he's been beyond loyal to Colorado for giving him his shot when everyone else thought that was a joke. So shout out to Colorado and him for that. 2, he has health problems. I don't know if he signs another big time deal. But if Prime leaves Colorado, that is the one spot, the only spot I think he goes. And if you're asking me, will it be a win? The answer is hell yeah. It's going to be a win. It's just, will he do it from a loyalty thing? And 2, can he manage it health-wise? Right. That's it. Other than that, the call is coming, and it is up to Coach Prime if he wants to take it or not. 100%.
Fair enough. I agree. I think it would really boost the morale in Florida State Granted, shout out to my pops. He's a Florida State fan, really big time fan, and he told me like their NIL kind of marketing and all that stuff is downhill. Like the boosters are not trying to really look out for Mike Norvell at this point. I mean, granted, he hasn't really done a whole lot to get them to put money in at this point. So I've taken what he said and I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And for them to go and try and get Prime, I feel like he would just do what he did at Boulder and get all that excitement and build up all that stuff down in Tallahassee. So I think it would be a great move. You do bring a lot of good points though, Riggs. His health and just he's a very loyal guy. He's loyal to the soil. I can't say he's 10 toes down because he's missing a couple toes, but
Oh boy, he's 9 though. He's 9 though.
Yeah, he's nine toes down for sure. But
love you, Prime. Love you, Prime.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Prime. But yeah, I think it would be a good move. It's just what can he? I know he's going to bring the players. That's already a given. It's the coaching, the coaching staff. Let me say it like that.
Yeah,
and that's been the problem and the questions with him in Colorado. Is he really coaching? Is he getting the right fits for coaches? And I don't want to see that continue if he gets the shot at Florida State, which I hope he does. Yeah.
That is one fair thing, what you just said. I have been a little bit surprised at some of the coaches around him. However, when he brought in like Warren Sapp,
I thought that was a great move.
Right? It's a great move.
But
he's too loyal, bro. He wants to bring in guys that he thinks deserve it.
Right.
Not guys that he thinks are the best coach. He wants guys that care about what he cares about. Who you are as a person and being on time and caring about your family and other family men and guys that have sons. And that's who he's trying to hire. He's not trying to hire this guy because he was on a team and he led the offense to 8 national championships in 11 years. He doesn't care. Which is
very which is commendable. And
but you're not wrong. It's like at some point, bro, you gotta just do
win.
what you gotta. It's like we said about the portal. Like at some point, you gotta catch up, bro, and you gotta just because we all know Prime could put massively good coaches around him if he was at Florida State. We all know that. I actually think Florida State would be even way easier than Colorado.
Shoot, I think he's been putting guys around him that I think are really good. It's just they're all ex-NFL coaches, and this is my gripe about Matt Patricia, and I hope he gets exposed this year for it. NFL coaches, they don't really be teaching. Like they're so used to dudes that have done the same thing for 5 to 10 years plus already, and already are pros at it. You're talking to 19 to 24-year-olds, and you have to break what you want down to them on like a very micro level. That was my problem when we had Wink Martindale at Michigan. He was calling stuff that dudes were saying like, bro, this is not working. We do not understand what you're asking from us. So that's my thing with Prime. He gets the names that you remember and be like, oh, that seems like a really good fit, but are they really teaching? And that's why I feel like we get that disconnect with the Colorado team and why they're not looking how we think they should at this point. But
still commendable. Still won one game in 2 years before Coach Prime, folks. So we ain't trying to take nothing away from Coach Prime and the staff. We love Colorado. We love us some Coach Prime. Shout out Boulder, Colorado. All right, moving on. This is not the Boulder show. This is the Florida State show. So if you guys are just joining and you're like, why are they talking about Coach Prime? Because he's taking Mike Norvell's job next year. Okay, That's all it is. Overall, guys, the analysis of the show, the over-under of will they go over under 6.5 wins? We are down there. Seth's got 3 wins. I got 4. Realistically, we think 5 is about the ceiling. 6 is the legitimate ceiling, and you're still on the under. So take the under 6.5 wins here for Florida State. If you're feeling real gutsy, get yourself some juicy odds and take the under 5.5 if you're feeling like it. But my man, you and I got to get up out of here. So, folks, we appreciate you guys. We got a really fun show for you guys tomorrow as well. By the way, we got what's on the schedule? We got the Green Bay Packers show going down for you tomorrow. So NFL fans, stand up. It's going to be a fun one. I've been seeing some Jordan Love disrespect going on, Seth, and I'm over it. I'm over it. Oh,
it might be a little spooky for Jordan Love. I'm not going to lie, but we'll say
Taylor Williams is top 10, but Jordan Love's trash. Okay, bro. Whatever. I ain't got time for this crap. What we got? What we saying here? Block. Yeah. I'm gonna call you Block. He said stop, bro. 3 times.
Hey, Bobby Brown was no. I could never downplay what he did. That was my dad's favorite head coach. That's who he liked. Who got him to like Florida State. So shout out to Bobby. Rest in peace to Bobby too.
RIP. One more time. Big House. Don't know if he'll be 8-4 or 3-9. Looking like 3-9, my guy. Sorry. But we are rolling up out here, guys. Rick's 10 Bros, Seth Douglas. You guys can find us there on social media at our @ above our names there, below our names, next to our names, whatever the heck. Got us at Sports Forum CO on all socials, YouTube channel at The Sports Forum. Guys, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. We're live for you every single freaking day. We got tons of college football previews coming up. We got every NFL team on the horizon. We've already done about half of them, so go check those out. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. Green Bay Packers are in the building. See you guys, man. Tomorrow.